I promise you can build muscle after 50. It is not that hard. Hi, I'm Mark McKillier with Live Anabolic, and today I'm going to give you 4 ideas on how to build muscle or rebuild muscle for us older guys after the age of 50. And yes, you can build muscle. So there's 2 types of guys that are older, right? You got the older guys that really haven't ever worked out, and you guys are going to see fantastic results, see lots of muscle growth in the first year or 2 or even 3. Man, good for you. It's gonna be fantastic once you get over that initial hurdle when you're real sore. But for other guys, us older guys that haven't worked out maybe in a year or 2, muscle cells have memory, okay? The little nucleus or nuclei in the muscle cells. Anyway, they will grow much faster, all right, because they were already large at one point, all right? This is a study I just kind of saw just recently. I just saw a little thumbnail of it, a little summary, but the basic gist of the study was, yeah, if you've built muscle before and it's basically shrank because you haven't been using it for a year or 2 or maybe even just a few months, those muscle fibers will come back to their original size much faster than it was to build them in the first place. So that's the upside for that group of guys. So doesn't matter which group you're in, I promise you can build muscle after 50. It is not that hard. All right, number 1, guys, don't work the same muscle groups too often. Definitely not 2 days in a row. If you're doing it right, you're hitting your muscles hard with a lot of intensity. It takes at least 2 to 3 days for damaged muscle fibers to repair and grow back to their original size. And then if everything's working right and you're giving it plenty of protein and nutrition, it will get slightly bigger. But even 3 days in between the same muscle group is cutting it pretty close, especially if you were hitting it hard. Now, if you're doing full body workouts where you're hitting every muscle in your body and you're doing circuit style, well, then you're not going to hit any one muscle group particularly hard. All right, so those muscle fibers won't get torn down and broken down a lot. So you can go back and do another full body circuit style workout in just a couple of days. All right, but for the guys that are doing the traditional kind of muscle building designed workouts, y'all are going to need way more rest, especially since we're older. It just takes longer for our bodies to heal. All right, tip number 2, guys, is try a supplement. Now, this assumes that you've already gotten your nutrition dialed in, that you're eating good, healthy foods, plenty of protein, and you've cut out all the processed crap and the sugar and things like that, all right? Supplements are just that. They're a supplement to the primary thing, which is your nutrition, all right? But a lot of guys are still not getting everything in their diet that they really need, all right? So we have a ton of different supplements. I mean, if money is no issue, you can lump 3 or 4 different supplements together, all right? Because even though there is some overlap between what our supplements do for your body, they're each designed to focus on different areas, all right? Different deficiencies in our body. So we got Anabolic Reload PM. You take that at night. It also helps you sleep, but that is a testosterone booster. And Anabolic Shred helps your body burn off excess fat more efficiently than without taking it. You got Anabolic Boost, gives you a lot of extra energy. It makes your workouts basically more productive, all right? And then Testo Reds Max. And that's a combination of just tons of different ingredients, lots of different fruits and veggies in Testo Reds Max. And there's just no way, for us to get everything we really need, all the micronutrients in our system, just from eating healthy. You don't have to do all 4 of them, obviously, because that does get pretty expensive. But give 1 or 2 a try. And the other thing is, guys, they're guaranteed. All right, so if it doesn't work, just let us know. You'll get your money back. And then the other thing I recommend, instead of just believing me and taking my word for it, when you click on the supplement on our website, scroll down, it tells you what ingredients are in there and why they're in there and what they do. but keep scrolling further down and you'll get to the section where you have all the customer reviews. Skim through some of those reviews and see what other people say, what kind of results they've gotten, and use that to help kind of guide you on which supplements you want to try. All right, tip number 3, guys, is try doing more advanced techniques on the same exercises that you're already doing. All right, so you don't necessarily have to create a whole new workout program, but just do the exercises differently. And by that I mean try doing supersets. Try doing rest pause sets. Try doing drop sets in your existing workout program, and that just adding those in will automatically ramp up the intensity. I guarantee you're going to feel the pain while you're doing each set because you'll build up a lot of lactic acid, and of course that goes away in just a few seconds. But try that, and then I bet you'll start feeling soreness in these muscle groups that you probably haven't felt before, especially since a lot of you guys have hit a plateau and you've just been doing the same thing over and over. So that's a really easy way just to change things up. All right, and then the final tip, number 4, guys, is train your legs. So many people, especially us older guys, skip legs. It's roughly 50% of the muscle mass in your body. It's got the biggest muscles, individual muscle groups in your body. And when you hit legs hard, all right, it actually sends signals to your brain to ramp up your body's natural production of testosterone. There's an old saying that if you want a big chest, hit your legs, all right? And that's where that comes from. When you hit legs, you'll start producing more testosterone, and the higher testosterone levels are, the more all your muscles are going to grow, not just your legs, all right? Because the testosterone is circulated everywhere. It doesn't just accumulate in certain muscle groups. So hit those legs. Remember, friends don't let friends skip leg day. All right, guys, in wrapping things up, you are never too old to build muscle. Trust me, I'm 62. The most important thing on top of the 4 tips I gave you today is consistency. And that means you got to stick with it and never give up on yourself.